Well, thanks for joining us on Bloomberg Quint. Now, Maruti Suzuki has reported the result for the quarter ended March 2019, and it has given a lower than expected outlook for the ongoing financial year. To talk more about the rationale behind and the company's performance, joining me is RC Bhargava, Chairman of Maruti Suzuki. Thank you, sir, for speaking to Bloomberg Quint. First thing first, what's the rationale behind? You're also given a range of 4 to 8% for the growth. Tell me about that.
It's because the factors this year are very unusual, and they create, therefore, uncertainty on how the customers will behave. Generally, we have seen that in the last three, including this election, sales do decline before the elections. After the elections, in the last two elections, they bounced back. But this year, you have the oil situation, Iran being embargoed,
right.
Our fuel being cut down, global prices going up. This is unusual. It doesn't happen in the earlier elections. We have the situation of BS6 coming in, the cost of BS6. We have the new regulations on safety which have come in and are still to come in this year.
Right.
They will add to cost. So with these factors coming in, how the customers will react to the price increases, how they will react to the sentiment which is being created, how they will react to the new government's policies. We don't know what these policies are going to be.
Right.
So with all those factors, we still have to wait and see till June at least to see how the customers start to react.
Right.
And that's why we kept a range depending on the customer reactions. And we want to be flexible because we have to keep a range because our suppliers and everybody has to also be. If we told them just 4% right. and the market became 8%, then they would have a problem. So we have to be prepared for that. So we told them, look, be prepared for some amount of adjustment in your productions.
Right. And on the demand side, what are you seeing? Are the things improving right now, or do you expect them to improve post-elections?
They haven't improved yet.
And do you expect it to improve post-election?
We hope they will improve post-elections.
And in terms of growth recovery, vis-a-vis urban and rural, where do you think the recovery is happening faster? Is it happening in the rural market or the urban?
The urban markets in the last 3 quarters, and I think this quarter will be no different, have been not in good shape. They've in fact actually had a decline in sales in this period. The slowdown has happened to an extent in the rural market. It's not been bad. They still had a 10% growth.
And if you look at discounting, since the market is undergoing a slowdown, do you expect it to increase or reduce going ahead?
Our effort is to reduce discounting. We want to cut back on discounting.
Mm-hmm. And if you look at your dealership, if you look at the inventory, is it lean right now, or do you need some cuts there?
No, we don't need any further cuts. We have adjusted inventory levels, so there's no issue there.
Right. And you've also decided that starting April 1st, there won't be diesel vehicle, barring 1500cc vehicle.
That's April 1st, 2020.
April 1st, 2020.
That's still some distance away. What
went behind that mindset of rationale behind deciding of?
But that's the Supreme Court order that you can't register a BS4 vehicle after April 20.
But what about BS6?
And BS6 vehicle has to be saleable.
Right.
If the cost of the BS6 vehicle becomes high and the petrol diesel prices difference is low, customers will probably react and say, what's the value of buying a diesel vehicle? Because the main reason why people bought diesel vehicles was because they felt it was more economical. Now, if that economical argument goes away because they have to pay a big extra amount to buy compared to a petrol car, and they save only this much in the fuel price, then they'll say, why should I buy a diesel vehicle?
Right. And to add to that, since 23% of the sales, if I'm not mistaken, comes from the diesel vehicle, what impact
will... They'll switch to petrol. 2011, we were selling only petrol vehicles. All these years from 1983 till 2011, Maruti was only selling petrol vehicles. We didn't have a diesel vehicle.
But will that lead to some sort of a sort of a disturbance for a couple of weeks or months.
Not true.
So you're
We're
optimistic.
just going back to what we were doing 8 years ago.
Right. All right. Thank you, sir, for speaking to
Thank you.
Bloomberg Quint.
Thank you.